I can fool you, eh, Sam? Yeah? I'm a better twerker than you, Sam. I bet you didn't know that, did you, eh? I'm a better twerker. Look, see? I'm a better twerking.
If I were to describe a 54-year-old who is a serial with a disturbing addiction to videos, online models, and hotlines, you might think I was exaggerating. But after watching Steven Dawson, the degenerate Twitter, that description doesn't even scratch the surface. From begging to be unbanned by the Babe Station TV for his disturbing behavior, trying to break in and show up at someone's home, leak personal information, obsessively stalking and harassing models online, to cross-dressing, singing songs about his favorite stars, and his numerous trolls who cannot seem to leave him alone.
Issues for the Babe Station, babes at Babe Station. Hello, ding a dong. Come and shimmy some chap. Oi.
Born on September 1st, 1972 in Ashford, Kent in the UK, Stephen's life did not have a good start. Allegedly, his father passed away when he was only a kid, and his mum had to be placed in a care home not so long after, forcing Stephen into a care home himself. But how did Stephen, a 54-year-old man, become a serial? Let's go down the rabbit hole of his depravity and disturbing internet presence to find possible answers.
Fat bottom girls, you made the rock and roll go round. Hey there, listen here, now I've got my mortgage and homes, I've got stiffness in the butt.
Stephen's story, as we know it, is told through the embarrassing and disturbing videos he posts of himself online, where he has revealed he has a learning disability, spends his days gooning, sharing his talented singing, filming cooking videos and food reviews, and responding to trolls.
Ever calls me, anyone on Instagram called me conehead ever again and all that, you'll be blocked. Okay, no one called me that, because it's not very nice.
He's also weirdly fascinated with farting and burping loudly, but that is far from his biggest struggle and addiction, as he is completely obsessed with Babe Station. Babe Station is basically an adult television channel that lets viewers pay to call in to talk to various stars and have them perform various acts on air for them. And as you may have guessed, Stephen is one of their top callers. He often makes videos and tweets talking about calling in and about the stars.
Oh, pardon me. This is to all the Babe Station babes at Babe Station, including the gorgeous Katie Cole, who brightens my day anytime. Madison, ding dong. Danny Harwood, bang, bang, bang tidy. And all the Babe Station babes as well. You all look gorgeous on screen. And you pretty. Hello, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Ding dong.
But as much as Stephen loves the women at Babe Station, he is particularly more fascinated with Preeti Young, forming a weird one-sided relationship, constantly calling, harassing her on Twitter, recording her during calls without her permission or anyone's knowledge. He posts a lot of videos where he often declares his love for Preeti and makes awfully disturbing videos about her.
I love you, Preeti. You're the best woman ever that can make my life so wonderful, like you are. You're the best one ever, and I miss you so much, Preeti. Mwah.
In fact, Steve's love for Preeti runs deep, but it looks less like affection and more like obsession, as he has folders he single-handedly made, a mug he made with her pictures as well as calendars.
This babe here, this one here, she likes to disappoint people and all that, you know. That's all she ever likes bloody doing. Like she did this morning. She likes to disappoint her fans. Like she did.
However, because of the weird nature of this relationship, Stephen acts like he has a close relationship with Preeti and the other Babe Station girls, getting angry when he's put on a cue, talking to them like they are in an actual relationship, especially Preeti.
I'm trying to call you several times to get through to speak to you on Babe Station TV screen, but no! Your phone line was completely busy yet again! It's always busy! You never have time for me! You never do! Honestly, I'm so disappointed.
Unfortunately, this is a bit sad and a cause for concern, as it seems this is his only outlet for intimacy and connection. Everyone but he can see just how wrong and weird this sort of attachment is. But more recently, the women on Babe Station have been cutting him off as soon as they recognize his unique voice.
I thought I'd get your f***ing attention this time. I want to know why your phones keep f***ing cutting out of me. You know, they keep cutting out. Every time a glamour girl starts shaking their phones and going like that, they keep cutting out. What's wrong with your phones? Why don't you sort your phones out, Babe Station, yeah? So you bloody...
Turns out even cam whores have standards where Steven is concerned because of his weird behavior, but that's not all. Because of his weird obsession with Preeti and his incessant disturbance on other social media platforms, Steven moved from a fan getting birthday wishes from babe stations to a creep constantly messaging Preeti on IG and Twitter, making videos insulting her, making racist comments, threats. He even a few years ago turned up in Preeti's hometown on her 30th birthday to give her a birthday card from him. Apparently he had first sent her a card probably with some explicit content, and when he didn't receive any response from her, he got a train ticket and showed up outside her house to make sure she had a good birthday before getting scared by her dog and fleeing.
Stephen D here. Today I'm in Tadworth in Surrey. I came by train on the from East Croydon to here. I came at the beginning of last year, 2018. February. That's when Pretty and Peter's birthday is in February of this year. They'll both be 30 years old. Yeah, birthday's on the 10th of February. So I've just come to see what Tadworth is like. Not a very nice day here, unfortunately not. Anyway, so...
As expected, Preeti grew tired of his scary antics and proceeded to block him on Twitter. You can imagine the crash out from Steven, who is so in love and makes several videos begging to be unblocked and angry. He was even blocked in the first place.
Please unblock me, Pretty. Pretty, please, I beg of you to unblock me on Twitter. Can you please be a good girl to unblock me on Twitter, okay? I beg of you with all my heart. I beg of you with all my heart, Pretty. I beg of you to please unblock me on Twitter. I want you to unblock me, baby. I love you so much. But now my heart is broken. My heart is broken solid.
Today, Steven denies showing up in her house and said he just happened to be in the area nowhere near her house, which even if that was true, is full-on stalker behavior. Little wonder he's blocked till this day, but he doesn't see anything wrong with any of his actions. After being blocked, Steven leaked a few private details about Preeti, which to be honest, are not that hard to find if you have access to the internet in free time. In a tweet, he threatened her with blackmail, saying he'd leak her real name and that she has a child, then proceeded to leak her name anyways. Trolls have tried to convince Steven that these babe station babes are not in love with him as he thinks, and are more scared of him than in love, leading Steven to make a sad defense of the love shared between him and the babes at Babe Station. The trolls have also been telling the Babe Station babes to be wary of Steven, saying that he could cause them possibly harm, which isn't far from the truth, given all the nasty things he says and does. However, one troll in particular, called George by Steven, was apparently spreading rumors about Steven to the Babe Station babes, warning them to stay away from him.
Person on here called George, he's autistic and all that. He shouldn't say vile stuff to Pretty about me. You know, making up lies about me and telling Bay Station that I'm going to do something to them, which I'm not anyway. I'm not that type of person. I want Bay Station beauties anyway. Of course I won't. Of course I'm not. I'm that type of person then. I'm not violent, which I'm not. I like phoning them up. Yes, I do. I like speaking to them as well too on the phones. I like telling them jokes and telling them about my day and all that, which I do. So, you know, this George has got to pack it in.
Speaking of trolls, one of Steven's pastime activities when he's not gooning or stalking stars like Preeti Young is responding to trolls. A man like Steven has numerous trolls that always seem to have an issue with him. I wonder why when he's such a perfect person anyways. Starting with his feud with Simon Stone, a convicted felon with a long history of harassing women. He spends his days creepily photoshopping himself into images, which is how he discovered Steven and began doing the same thing.
Yes, I heard about you. You got missing or something. I heard about you. What a shame.
Conehead! I mock you! You're a conehead! Coneheads in the night!
Obviously, this pisses Steven off, and as usual, he made a video.
You listen up, Simon Stone's a complete bloody freak. You don't put my face on videos. Do you understand, you freak? You don't photoshoot me either with other people. That is totally unacceptable behaviour of yours. Do you understand, Simon Stone? Do you understand, you freak? Leave my pictures alone. You understand? Leave them alone, otherwise I won't leave you alone. Instead, as in, I report you to X and get your account shut down. See how you like it? Okay?
But Simon only responded with another video.
Conehead!
This sparked another video from Steven and another and another and another.
Shut up, you fucking dozy twonk! Shut up, you fucking dozy twonk! You're a fucking arsehole, you fucking dozy twonk! Shut it!
But Simon is not the only troll Steven has, or the only troll he has responded to. He also had an issue with a Nick Gurr for being a troll and allegedly harassing the Babe Station babes.
Hello, Nick Gurr. I want you to stop harassing the Babe Station beauties, okay? Will you please leave them alone? Stop keep harassing them. I heard that you're a troll and all that. I want you to stop harassing people. It's not fair, really, if you keep harassing the Babe Station beauties and all that, with Babe Station babes anyway. If you keep harassing them, it's not fair, is it, on them, you know? They're just doing their job, that's all, you know? They're just doing their job. That's what they do anyway. You know, speak to people on the phones and all that. They can't love people on the phone anyway, which I know, so I'm a big, massive fan. And, yeah, Nick Gurr, I wanted to please stop harassing them.
Coming from someone who constantly harasses the Babe Station babes. Seems like double standards. He also had an issue with one Gavin, who he claimed was now in jail for his crimes because Gavin made a custom towel print with a very lovely picture of Steven on it. A Craig Wilson alerted Steven of this. And as expected, Steven wasn't too happy about it and threatened to call the police, reminding everyone that he has a learning disability and should not be bullied.
Now, you listen here, Gavin. You listen fucking here, you fucking arsehole. You don't print pictures of me on a towel. Do you fucking understand? Do you prick? Otherwise, Craig Wilson will call the police on you. You don't bully me online, okay? You got it? You bully me online, then I'll bully you. See how you like it, crap. See how you like it, Gavin. Do you understand? You stop printing pictures of me and put them on a towel. Not fair on me. I have a learning difficulty.
But Gavin did not stop. He proceeded to make a t-shirt of Steven right before he got arrested, according to Steven. However, these trolls and internet feuds do not compare to the feud he had with Kevin Baker. Kevin Baker is a supposed singer and songwriter who also lives in Ashford and appears on his own podcast. Unlike the others, Kevin Baker is a real-life troll of Steven. However, he had invited Steven on his podcast that had to be deleted because of all the swearing Steven was doing. He then made another 30-minute podcast on the Stephen Dawson case from 2021, where he threatened legal actions and told stories about Steven being a predator. He also accuses Steven of being gay.
I don't know no Davy Jones anyway. On another boyfriend, I'm single. I'm not into men anyway. I'm into women, which I am anyway.
Accuses him of selling cigarettes to children outside of Tesco's, which Steven debunks.
Now listen up, Kevin Baker. Listen up. I do not sell cigarettes to children outside Tesco's. I wouldn't do a thing like that anyway. I'm not that type of person anyway. So what are you trying to do to me? Trying to ruin my reputation as you always flaming do, you flaming idiot. What the hell is wrong with you, eh? Well, please stop picking on me and stop causing trouble against me, yeah?
With Steven warning him to stop constantly spreading outrageous stories and bullying him, even though Kevin's wife and Stephen Dawson were schoolmates and know themselves.
I know his wife Vicky anyway, because she went to school with me years ago, and she knows my older sister Susan. Which she does, and, Vicky does. Vicky Baker knows my older sister Susan. You know, because they both went to, because we all went to the same school back in the day anyway, many years ago that was, and all that.
And although Kevin Baker might be Steven's biggest troll, some other trolls do not spread rumors or make videos. They send fan mails that Steven has a hard time believing if they're real or not. Although can you blame these trolls who are looking for Steven's reactions? And he always reacts with an angry video like when he received a gift from Babe Station. Steven received a gift supposedly from Mr. P of Babe Station in the mail. Mr. P has performed in so many naughty videos with the Babe Station babes, by the way, and the gift he sent contained a shirt and a letter. The letter thanks Steven for his constant calls in that Babe Station, including his love. Pretty Young were all appreciative of him. Steven shared the funny shirt on social media condemning Babe Station, or for the shirt that had an inappropriate picture of him in just his pants, and a text that said, "Pretty Young, it is time for and you can imagine just how terribly he took it.
Reckon it's funny send me a t-shirt like that? You know, it's inappropriate. You don't use a picture of me with no top on in me pants. That isn't right, that is wrong. Nobody sends inappropriate stuff to me from Babe Station TV because it's not right. It is wrong. You know, nobody sends me stuff like that. I want Babe Station to send me proper stuff. You know, probably like signed pictures or something, but what's the point in that?
He also received a fan mail gift from Elon Musk, obviously a fake person and a troll. The fan mail came with a t-shirt with the image of Pretty Young, which he didn't like, and a letter which he didn't also like. The letter said, "I am writing to you to say that I am very sorry for my plans to ban shemale content on Twitter, as well as limiting how many people you can follow in a day. I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. At Twitter, we are big fans of Pretty Young, like you are too, so we have sent you this t-shirt to enjoy. I hope you like it. Please post a video on Twitter to let me know if you're happy with it or not." How these trolls get his address is crazy, and a cause for concern, but maybe not enough for Steven, who is more interested in making these angry videos than his potential lack of safety, cause he later started wearing the shirt in his newer videos. However, if you thought that was all, it is not even close. Steven also received a gay Christmas card, and you can imagine how he took it.
Yeah, whoever sent me this one, think it's funny? Think again, it ain't funny. Nobody takes a mick out of me. Nobody. They think they're my fans. Think again. I ain't got any fans on Twitter. Never do.
He also received at a different time a Christmas card from a fake Pretty Young promising to unblock him on Twitter. And another time, a troll sent him a parcel containing a pack of shit. Actual poop, and you can be assured that Steven was far, far from pleased. But most of his trolls like to pretend they're from a Babe Station TV, and send him gifts like when he received a boxes and though it was from Babe Station, and was so excited. But he later on realized that he was just being deceived as usual. But responding to trolls isn't the only pastime activity Steven enjoys. He has so much more, one of which is playing dress-ups. He believes that whatever costume he puts on actually disguises him, and people can't tell who he is.
Hi everyone, I've got a little secret really. And, you know, I thought I'd tell people, you see, because I've got a little secret, you see. Right, hear this, people. Batman is really me. See, there you go. You didn't think it was really me, did you? See?
He also loves wigs and owns a couple of them, which he used in his videos while also playing his dress-ups. Steven constantly dressing or pretending to be his female counterpart Stephanie D, which by the way is such a creative name I'm sure to Steven Dawson, has raised lots of eyebrows, prompting people to question the kind of videos he watches. While that may seem hard to currently guess, if you put she and male together, I'm sure you can guess it easily.
Good evening, Lady Rose. Ding dong, baby. And to you, Amber Page. And all the other base station beauties as well too. My name's Stephanie. Alias as Stephen D. Me. Look at that. What do you think?
Although Steven is currently really good at playing dress-ups, he has other talents and surprisingly doesn't watch just all day. He's quite a gifted man in other areas aside singing, gooning, playing dress-up as a she-male. Steven is a chef, a master of the culinary arts if you really think about it, at least for someone like him. He has multiple videos and posts where he shows off the fine preparation and the beautiful result and plating of his meals. They're the kind of meals you would expect from someone like Steven Dawson, except they look fairly better than you'd imagine them to be. As usual with his videos, Steven doesn't fail to make disturbing comments even when doing something as innocent as cooking, never missing a chance to be a weird dude. According to Steven's trolls, if you ever want to know how to cook through the mind of a mentally ill person, they recommend these Steven Dawson's tutorials, that they could help. I mean, diced pork with rice and ketchup and a sweet and sour sauce sounds like what a head or sous chef would make at a fancy restaurant. Steven makes other type of dishes like his spaghetti bolognese, his meat pie and chips, his beef stir-fry. However, as much as Steven loves to cook his meals for himself, he enjoys putting on his Stephanie persona and cooking for his one true love, Pretty Young, by serenading her and writing love letters as well.
Unfortunately, Pretty, you ain't getting any of this, because you've been a bad girl, haven't you? You've been a bad girl, you have, Pretty. Yes, darling, you have been an obedient bad girl to me, you have. Yes, Pretty. You didn't obey me, did you, Pretty, eh?
Steven makes it no secret that he has a learning disability anyway. At every chance he gets, he mentions that he has a learning disability, especially when he's getting bullied on the internet and has revealed that his dad when he was alive had informed him of his current learning difficulty. Does he do it for sympathy? To gain the love he didn't get from his dad, or for attention? We can never know, but Steven Dawson has a learning disability. He wants people to never forget when they troll him for his depravity and disturbing videos like it plays a role in why he's the way he is. But his learning disability goes beyond him mentioning it when he's getting bullied. In some of his videos he shares online, Steven goes to his local community center where it turns out is an adult learning difficulty group. However, speaking about his learning disability, I should probably mention, if it wasn't already obvious to you, that Steven lives on benefits. The UK government gives Steven $300 to $700 per month based on his needs, and he spends $2 per minute on Babe Station women, and one call lasts about 20 minutes according to him. so he spends $40 per call, and you can bet he doesn't call once per day. So Stephen Dawson spends his entire benefit money on Babe Station women, and most likely in less than a month, depending on what he receives that month. And some trolls do not like this. They accuse him of lying and faking his learning disability just so he could deceive the UK government, which by the way upset Stephen so much. He's also talked about his troubles with the benefits office sometimes because the trolls constantly contact them to cut his benefits, since he spends their tax monies on cam wars, especially one troll, Tamra, who he constantly spoke against on Twitter. He's also revealed that he has a support worker because of his learning disability, and although he revealed on Twitter that he had reported Kevin Baker's harassment during their issue to his support worker, the extent of the support worker's role in his life is unknown, but it's safe to say her work is to make sure he's not dead yet, nothing more. Whether or not he's pretending to have learning disabilities, one thing is definitely certain about Stephen. He is weird and not okay and has become a target for internet trolls as a result of his disturbing behavior. Stephen Dawson is also not a fan of religion.
I've got to send this through the post as well too. You know, with my The Two of Us DVD. I've got to send this through the post as well too. I don't know who's trying to be funny. I don't know who's trying to be funny with me, you know, sending this stuff to me and all that. You know, I don't know who it is and all that, but I know the real Pretty Young wouldn't anyway, because I know she don't anyway, so I don't know who's sending me this kind of crap thing. Anyway, I don't know who it is, but I'm not into stuff like that anyway. I never was. No.
And when one of his trolls, Mini Tom, announced that Stephen had converted to Islam and told the Babe Station and Babes the same thing.
Now this video is for this doji twat. Mini Tom Official. He's an ugly troll. He looks ugly enough anyway, which he does anyway. On the picture, the profile picture, he's ugly, he is, which he is and all that. Now listen up, Mini Tom. Tom Fake Official more like. I have not converted into Islam. You're a complete liar, you are. You like to make stories up as you go along, don't you? And tell the base station about me that I'm converting to Islam, which I haven't, Mini Tom. I haven't. I never would anyway. So,
But being disrespectful to other people's religion isn't his only fault, as he's also been accused of being racist by Pretty Young, leading him to making a video, asking her to grow up as he was offended anyway.
I am not a massive racist, telling people I'm a massive racist and all that. I like black people and I like Asians. I always do anyway. I'm never a massive racist to no one. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Whether it made you think I'm a massive racist and all that. No, I'm not. You got that wrong, ain't you, Pretty, eh? What the hell is wrong with you? Why don't you grow up and get a grip, babe? You understand, yeah?
Stephen Dawson has also been constantly accused of being a threat to the safety of women and children, which is not exactly surprising, given the amount of disturbing things he says and does all the time. But such a prudent man he is anyway, because Stephen came out to clear the air, assure the public to ignore his creepy behaviors because he would never hurt a woman anyway. He assured the Babe Station babes and everyone that he is not a predator and nobody needs to stay away from him.
And let's see these Babe Station beauties. I am not a predator. And you can, and everyone, you can interact with me. Yes, you can, because I'm not a danger to no one. I'm not a danger to women and children. No, I'm not. I never was anyway, so...
I mean, him telling Pretty Young he'd but getting her is such a normal thing to say to a woman. So yes, he's not a predator anyways. Plus, he also once announced that he was a virgin and has never gotten laid in his life, which may explain a lot, except we know that it's an obvious lie.
What's the difference between you and eggs? Eggs get laid and you don't. I don't anyway. I never got laid in my life anyway.
And I mean, he should be believed, given he was allegedly banned for being a pest in his learning disability group and for constantly trying to score with the women there, and is possibly where he met his ex-girlfriend, as there are old pictures of him with his disabled ex-girlfriend. But Stephen does have a female best friend, and when he posts or talks about himself outside of his Pretty Young and disturbing content addiction, he's with his best friend Sarah Bourne. This is the only known friend besides his real-life online friend and love, Pretty Young, who according to Stephen is single and likes to say as single as he does. He also comes on Twitter to show the things Sarah buys for him, like a fancy glasses and taking him out for lunch. At least he knows other people except Pretty Young and the Babe Station babes, even though not much is known about this his best friend. Stephen Dawson apparently also knows nothing about internet safety because his trolls have somehow convinced him to show his living space to them. They accused him of hiding someone in his closets, and this gives us an idea of how his gooning space looks like as he did a full house tour. Starting from his bedroom where he showed us his bed, his drawers, his cupboards where he keeps his Pretty Young's cassettes when he phones her, recording without anyone knowing. He also shows his cassette recorder, and we can see from his room that there are lots of Babe Station DVD and pictures under his bed, around his bed, and in every corner he can fit them.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is my my house tour video, and I have to do it for 2 minutes, unfortunately. So, this is my bedroom and all that. This is my drawers where I put different kinds of stuff in. This is my cassettes where I record Pretty Young and all that when I phone her up. And this is my bed as well too, my cassette recorder as well. This is my drawers where I put all kind of stuff in there. That's my box to put my photos in. My video when I record Pretty Young, when I play it back on my Freeview Plus box.
He has more recordings and videos, although mostly from Babe Station babes. They look like horrible art decos and are definitely more than 100. While doing his tour, he had shared, I think unintentionally, some out-of-place containers, and Pastor Toby on Twitter asked him what they were for, and he said he couldn't say what the containers were for, as they were for personal use. But it was later confirmed by him that the jug in his room is what he used after gooning to dirty DVDs, and the bucket for when he falls sick or feels unwell, and from the dirty looks of those containers, they probably have been there for a long time, or might just be because of lighting. Either ways, it just adds to Steven's disturbing behavior, his depravity and addiction to gooning like it's the air he breathes. But to continue the tour, Steven showed his collection of transgender DVDs, such as Shamail's Strokers 82, not exactly surprising since he likes to cross-dress anyways.
I don't know. That's my DVDs and all that. And all that. Yeah, that's my DVDs. This is my front room ones. Yeah, it's my front room. Well,
Steven also did a tour of his front room, which looks pretty normal for someone like him. He shows us his storage box in his front room that has his costumes for when he goes to the nightclubs, like his Stephanie D's clothes, his learning disability books, his Babe Station calendars.
It's my front room. That's me TV and video combined in that. It used to be my dad's one, but he's no longer alive anymore because he died on the 10th of December 2020. So, that's when we box. That's where I have my costumes in there for when I dress up when I go to a nightclub and all that I usually go to for learning disabilities, which I've got anyway.
This is more than disturbing. It is beyond a mental issue at this point to have one's house covered in these stuff, and people have not held back their tongue, sharing their discomfort with his house tour and the alarming amount of adult content he owns. He also shows us his big freezer where he stores all his very creative meals and ingredients. He shows us his 7 containers of milk, which is a whole lot, but that he probably used for cooking or some weird stuff. And he also shows his frozen foods as well.
And this is my fridge, my freezer, my big one. And look, I store the food in there, which I do. Some with food I have in there. I love having food, which I do. This is my freezer. Well, I've got all my frozen food in there, which I have,
Steven also gives us a tour of his kitchen where he makes his meals for the world to see. Has even more milk present, and oddly enough, his kitchen is really decent.
Kitchen bit when I do my washing. I want to do my washing in there. That's my cups. I haven't even washed them up yet. That's my old milk carton stuff and all that.
Well, until he opens a cabinet which is also filled with adult content DVDs and the Babe Station babes.
I've got some DVDs in there as well too. Look at that, there's some DVDs.
However, Steven takes us to the most intimate part of his house again, his bathroom. But first he shows us his airing cupboard where he, guess what, keeps more DVDs and nylons with whatever weird stuff he has inside.
And this is my airing cupboard where I store like DVDs or videos or something, and this is what I do. Look, see, I've got a bedroom full of them. I've got to put them somewhere, which I've got a storage box there. And that's why I like storing stuff in there.
Steven gives us a tour of his bathroom where under his sink has more magazines he must use before and after he showers. Ding dong.
Bathroom is in a bad state. I know. Yeah, that's my shower stuff. I'm going to have a shower in a minute or so when I can. My shower things and all that as well too. And that's my sink as well too.
In another house tour video, Steven talks about his DVDs stashed around his bedroom. Safe to say he probably has over 42 recorded Babe Station VHS tapes in the collection. In his room alone, if not more. He also shares his favorite Pretty Young tape that he absolutely loves gooning to.
This one, when Pretty Young did Babe Station Extreme a long time ago, this one of my favourites I love to when she's completing and she's showing absolutely everything.
He shares his calls with Pretty Young, which he recorded from 2017 to 2018.
It's my phone calls when I spoke to Pretty Young on this cassette here. when she did Base Station X and all that. This was about a couple of years ago, 2017, 2018, when I phoned her up on that year, which I did, and I found Scarlett Jones as well too.
Steven owns at least 300 VHS tapes of Babe Station live shows in his calls. If we're guessing, he probably has around 600 CD, VHS tapes, cassettes, and DVD. It makes absolutely no sense for a 50-year-old man to have over 300 tapes. Magazines littered in every corner of his house to Goon to. Not just a 54-year-old man, anybody to consume that much adult content and rub themselves to, but at least we have a tour of his Goon cave. However, when I said he had been accused by Pretty Young of being racist, others had also accused him of not liking black people and being racist to people of color, to which Steven, as usual, made a video to debunk, claiming he really likes black people and whoever is spreading such rumors is a liar.
I like black people, I do. Whoever said anything else about that I don't, I do. I am not like that. Honestly, I like black people. I do. I like Indian people as well.
Besides being a potentially racist person, Steven has also been called ungrateful quite a number of times. Steven made a video accusing Pretty Young of turning his hyphy into a pickle, which as much as it was confusing for everyone to see, I mean it is Steven anyways, and he is far from okay.
Order something from Candyman or something or V-Band and all that, you go and turn it to something else. What the hell is wrong with you? How'd you know about me hi-fi anyway? Got nothing to do with you. You leave things alone. You got it. What the hell is wrong with you? Stop turning hi-fi. Every time I order hi-fi, you turn into something else. Why couldn't you just let it be and leave it alone? What the hell is wrong with you? Do you understand? You stupid woman.
He complained about his Heffy being bad and decided to order another one, but later revealed to us that a man named Paul Whitlock stole his new Heffy. He threatened to get him arrested so the prison men can teach him a lesson for being a thief.
Can you please return my Bush Silver retro hi-fi stereo system package to me? Can you return it to me? If you return it to me, your life will be spared. If you choose not to return my package, eBay will hunt you down and you will be sent to prison, and the prison inmates will rape your bum. Do you want that happening to you, Paul Whitlock? Do you want that happening to you? You know, it's totally wrong. I want my hi-fi back, okay? I want it back. You shouldn't steal things off me. You shouldn't steal my package on that. It's not fair. You shouldn't do that. I want it back.
Whether this is true or not, no one can really say. But Steven did receive a gift from a fan called Hans, and he was anything but grateful for his gift because it's not the one with the twin cassettes. Weird behavior, but what is to be expected from a man who only knows how to goon? Although he could have at least just thanked the fan instead of being rude and ungrateful, it wasn't the exact one he wanted.
Oh, I got me a different one. Oh, I don't like that one. It's shit. Oh, I don't like that one. Got the wrong one. I want one of the twin cassettes. Oh, God. I'll have to unwrap that one again. It's got me the wrong one. It's twin cassettes I wanted. I don't like that one. I'm sorry. I don't like it.
Steven also has anger issues, which is not unusual for someone if you spend your time gooning and doing absolutely nothing else worthwhile. But it comes out a lot of the time. He swears so much and makes very absurd threats, like the time he got angry while recording a band playing outside.
Get out of my way!
Or when he was angry at a certain Mini Tom for uploading videos of him and ruining his reputation to the Babe Station babes.
This video is for this little twat here, this idiot here, Mini Tom Official. Listen up, you fucking ass wipe. You don't upload videos of me. Do you understand, yeah? You're a fucking troublemaker, you raving nutter. You're a bit mental, you are. You need sectioning you doing all that. Someone needs to section you and all that.
He was also really mad when he got sent a Happy Father's Day card and an invitation to a special club ripping them off.
Good afternoon. I got sent this card through the post earlier on today by some idiot and all that. Look, see? I got some card sent by by some moron, whoever he is. Anyway, I don't know how he got my address. I've got no idea and all that. He should be sending stuff to me and all that.
How can a man with shemale adult CDS stacked up in his goon cave be so mad he's being called gay? Why such anger when you consume such content on a daily? Why so mad if you are not into men's Stephen Dawson? Stephen has also shown an intense disdain towards people that archive and document him. He likely doesn't understand how the internet truly works, and probably would also hate this video if he sees
that this documentary here, this one here, isn't official at all. Isn't official at all, because I didn't give permission for a documentary to be made about me, which I never did anyway. And whoever made it for doing a documentary about me without my permission, I never signed no contract, and to say it was allowed, I never did, which I didn't anyway. Whoever did that documentary about me, it is not on. It is totally unacceptable and inappropriate. No one should make a mock of me like that and put it into a documentary on YouTube and all that, which is totally not right. It is totally unacceptable.
Ultimately, and for most part, I think Stephen is a mostly harmless man with a severe addiction to gooning and stars. And even when he's at his lowest, he cannot help himself. Some people pity him, others find him extremely underwhelming and disturbing, mentioning constantly how abnormal his behavior is. And although not much is known about his life besides his usual posting, I do doubt there's much difference between what he shows us and what he truly does when the camera's not on. But it does raise a question. Is the Stephen we see online the same Stephen when he turns off the camera? Is it all for show, or is he really this depraved? So many questions left unexplored, but I'd like to know what your thoughts are.